And live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I am Prasar Bharati. Coming up in next 30 minutes. Iran denounces unjustifiable reinstatement of UN nuclear sanctions, which took effect overnight. EU says nuclear issue can only be solved through diplomacy. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar flags India's neighbour as an epicenter of global terrorism, also stresses that UN is gridlocked and in dire need of reform at the UNGA 80. PM Modi hails women power in 126th episode of monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat. Also talks about GST Bachat Utsav, asking citizens to take a pledge of vocal for local during festive season. After 41 years and 17 editions, India and Pakistan clash in Asia Cup final at Dubai International Stadium today. Men in blue look to continue their unbeaten run. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar addressed the 80th UNGA, urging UN reform, sympathy for the Global South and action against terrorism. He highlighted India's readiness for greater responsibilities, decried ongoing conflicts and stressed international cooperation for peace and a just world order.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar delivered a compelling address at the 80th United Nations General Assembly on Saturday. On building peace, the minister decreed conflicts in Ukraine and West Asia, emphasizing nations like India must engage all sides for solutions. He lambasted terrorism, calling for choking its financing and sanctioning perpetrators.
While asserting our rights, we must also firmly face up to threats. Countering terrorism is a particular priority because it synthesizes bigotry, violence, intolerance, and fear. India has confronted this challenge since independence, having a neighbor that is an epicenter of global terrorism. For decades now, major international terrorist attacks are traced back to that one country. UN's designated lists of terrorists are replete with its nationals. The most recent example of cross-border barbarism was the murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam in April this year. India exercised its right to defend its people against terrorism and brought its organizers and perpetrators to justice.
The minister also called for urgent reforms to revitalize the gridlocked UN and greater empathy toward the Global South amid escalating global crises.
Central to the erosion of the UN's credibility has been resistance to reform. Most members strongly desire change, but the process is being made an obstacle to the outcome. It is imperative that we see through this cynicism and purposefully address the reform agenda. The historical injustice done to Africa should be redressed. Both permanent and non-permanent membership of the Council must be expanded. A reformed Council must be truly representative, and India stands ready to assume greater responsibilities.
Highlighting UN's credibility, Jaishankar stressed the need to expand the Security Council's permanent and non-permanent membership. He positioned India as a leader ready to shoulder more responsibilities, noting the nation's more than 600 development projects across 78 countries and aid in crises like earthquakes in Afghanistan and Myanmar.
The predicament of the Global South is especially acute. Bharat under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, believes that it has both a duty to contribute and an obligation to motivate. They range from large infrastructure to small livelihoods, from capacity building to people's welfare, from concrete assets to education and training. India has been forthcoming in that regard, especially in its immediate vicinity. Whether it is finance, food, fertilizer or fuel, we have responded to the urgent requirements of our neighbors.
EAM Jaishankar's speech underscored the need for international cooperation, stating that islands of prosperity cannot flourish in an ocean of turbulence, advocating a reformed multilateralism for a just world order. Bureau Report, DD India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the nation on Sunday through the 126th episode of his monthly radio program Mann Ki Baat. PM Modi paid tribute to freedom fighter Bhagat Singh and legendary singer Lata Mangeshkar on their birth anniversaries, highlighting their courage and cultural contributions. He spoke to Indian Navy officers, Lieutenant Commander Dilna K and Lieutenant Commander Rupa, who completed the Navika Sagar Parikrama, sailing 47,500 km in 238 days, facing storms and raising India's flag at Point Nemo.
हम इस एक्सपेडिशन में कई चैलेंजेस फेस करना पड़ा, स्पेशली सर सदर्न ओशन में हमेशा मौसम बुरा होता है. हमें 3 तूफानों को भी फेस करना पड़ा और सर हमारा बोट सिर्फ 17 मीटर का है और लेंथ में उसका विड्थ है सिर्फ 5 मीटर. तो कभी कभी कुछ लहरें आती थी जो 3 स्टोरी बिल्डिंग से भी बड़ी थी सर, और हमने बहुत ज्यादा गर्मी और बहुत ज्यादा सर्दी दोनों फेस किया है हमारे जर्नी में. अंटार्कटिका में सर जब हम सेल कर रहे थे, हमारा टेम्परेचर 1 डिग्री सेल्सियस और 90 किलोमीटर पर आवर का हवा दोनों एक साथ हमको सामना करना पड़ा था, और हमने ठंड से बचने के लिए 6 to 7 लेयर कपड़े एक साथ पहनते थे और पूरा सदर्न ओशन हमने ऐसी 7 लेयर ऑफ क्लोथिंग से किया.
The Prime Minister also talked about the relevance of GST Bachat Utsav during upcoming festivals and celebrations. He asked citizens to make festivals even more special by taking a pledge of vocal for local.
वोकल फॉर लोकल को खरीदारी का मंत्र बना दीजिए, ठान लीजिए. हमेशा के लिए जो देश में तैयार हुआ है वही खरीदेंगे. जिसे देश के लोगों ने बनाया है वही घर ले जाएंगे. जिसमें देश के किसी नागरिक की मेहनत है उसी सामान का उपयोग करेंगे. जब हम ऐसा करते हैं तो हम सिर्फ कोई सामान नहीं खरीदते, हम किसी परिवार की उम्मीद घर लाते हैं, किसी कारीगर की मेहनत को सम्मान देते हैं, किसी युवा उद्यमी के सपनों को पंख देते हैं.
The Prime Minister announced efforts to include Chhath Puja in UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List following Durga Puja's inclusion, urging people to go vocal for local and support Swadeshi goods to promote a self-reliant India. PM also mentioned the ongoing GST Bachat Utsav, through which he urged all to buy khadi on Gandhi Jayanti and supporting handloom innovations during upcoming festivals. The death toll in a stampede at a rally in southern India's Karur district of Tamil Nadu has risen to 39, while 51 others were injured. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin held an emergency meeting following the incident. He said single-member commission has been mandated to look into the circumstances leading to the tragedy. Commission led by retired Madras High Court Judge Justice Aruna Jagadisan will submit the report and action will be taken based on that. The commission member is expected to reach Karur today and initiate its proceedings. Meanwhile, police have registered a case against a few of the organizers of political rally. Earlier, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin announced a solitum of rupees 10 lakh each from the Chief Minister's Relief Fund for the families of those who died in the stampede. He said in the statement that those who were injured in the tragic incident will be given rupees 1 lakh. Meanwhile, the leader of the TVK, Vijay, in whose Karur rally the stampede and loss of lives occurred, wrote in his social media account on X, saying he is shattered and is under deep pain that cannot be expressed in words. He has expressed his condolences for those who died in the incident and prayers for the speedy recovery of those who are injured. Widespread UN sanctions against Iran returned into force late Saturday for the first time in a decade after last-ditch nuclear talks with Western powers failed to produce a breakthrough. Britain, France and Germany triggered the return of sanctions on Iran at the UN Security Council over accusations the country has violated a 2015 deal that aimed to stop it developing a nuclear bomb. Iran denies seeking nuclear weapons. An 11th-hour effort by Iran allies Russia and China to postpone the sanctions until April failed to win enough votes in the Security Council on Friday, leading to the measures taking effect at midnight GMT Sunday. Iran will again be subjected to an arms embargo and a ban on all uranium enrichment and reprocessing activities and any activity related to ballistic missiles capable of delivering nuclear weapons, including launches. Other sanctions to be reimposed includes a travel ban on dozens of Iranian individuals, an asset freeze on dozens of Iranian individuals and entities, and a ban on the supply of anything that could be used in Iran's nuclear program. All countries are authorized to seize and dispose of any items banned under UN sanctions, and Iran will be prohibited from acquiring an interest in any commercial activity in another country involving uranium mining, production, or use of nuclear materials and technology. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio urged Tehran to engage in direct talks with the U.S. after UN sanctions return. Rubio also called on UN member states to immediately implement sanctions to pressure Iran's leaders to do what is right for their nation and best for the safety of the world. The British, French and German foreign ministers said in a joint statement they would continue to seek a new diplomatic solution to ensure Iran never gets a nuclear weapon. They also called on Tehran to refrain from any escalatory action. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas has said that the bloc would now proceed to implement the reimposition of all previously lifted UN and EU nuclear-related sanctions without delay. She added that it is the position of the European Union that a sustainable solution to the Iranian nuclear issues can only be achieved through negotiation and diplomacy. Meanwhile, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi urged UN Secretary General to prevent a revival of mechanism to implement UN sanctions after they were reimposed on Tehran. In fact, Araghchi wrote in a letter posted on X, and I quote, "We urge you to prevent any attempt to revive the sanctions mechanism, including the Sanctions Committee and the panel of experts. Tehran will not recognize any attempt to extend, revive or reinforce UN sanctions." And still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Padma Shri awardee and renowned sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik unveils his 250-ball sand art ahead of India versus Pakistan clash. Viksit Bharat Run 2025 promotes service and community across more than 150 locations, spanning 91 countries. And we get you visuals of India's movement against obesity, and for a fitter tomorrow, the Fit India Sundays and Cycles.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj, and former Delhi captain Mithun Manhas has been elected as the new president of the Board of Control for Cricket in India. Manhas was elected unopposed during the annual general meeting of the BCCI at its headquarters in Mumbai on Sunday. Manhas succeeds Roger Binny, who stepped down after turning 70 earlier this year. The former all-rounder has featured in 157 first-class matches, scoring over 9,000 runs. India and Pakistan are ready to battle for the third time in this Asia Cup in Dubai, marking the very first time that both the nations will compete in the final in tournament's 41-year history, giving the clash an added intensity. DD India's Mukesh Shukla brings you this report ahead of the final showdown. Have a look.
The stage is set as India will take on Pakistan in the final of the Asia Cup 2025 at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium, marking the first time that the two arch-rivals will meet in Asia Cup final in 41 years history of the tournament. This will be the third and final meeting between the two teams in the marquee T20I competition and the fourth overall at this venue in 2025. The men in blue have enjoyed a flawless campaign so far, winning all 6 of their matches, including 2 victories over Pakistan, once in the group stage and again in the Super 4 stage. Riding on this momentum, the Surya Kumar Yadav-led side will be aiming to get the better of their arch-rivals once more and secure their record-extending 9th Asia Cup title. Pakistan, on the other hand, have had a stop-start journey. They suffered defeats only against India but managed to win all their other matches, some comfortably and others by bare margins, giving their fans a lot to cheer about. Their campaign has been mixed, but they have found ways to win through collective efforts rather than relying on individual brilliance. Talking about the rivalry between the two teams in finals, India and Pakistan have played 5 finals in limited overs tournaments that have included more than 5 teams. India's only wins have come in the Benson and Hedges World Championship of Cricket and the inaugural T20 World Cup in 2007. Pakistan have won the other 3 encounters, that is Austral Asia Cup and most recently the Champions Trophy. Whereas in the head-to-head battle in T20Is, India take the lead, winning 12 out of 15 encounters. The India-Pakistan rivalry in cricket finals has always delivered intense and unforgettable moments, with history, pride and a coveted trophy on the line. This Asia Cup 2025 final promises to be yet another thrilling chapter in their storied competition. Mukesh Shukla's report, DD India, Dubai.
India's bowling coach Moni Mokkal said the team needs to improve in all departments, especially bowling and catching, ahead of summit clash with Pakistan in Asia Cup.
That we need to get sharper at. I mean, the boys have skills, they've played in a lot of white ball cricket, but I just think for the group a little bit under pressure, just to have a little bit more smarter, clarity thinking with ball in hand and execute better. I think at the end of the day we can have all the plans, but we still need to execute better. And then with the field, in the field, you know, obviously catching and you know, we've worked hard on our catching and the light, so maybe it's just a little bit of a confidence thing. And yeah, just try and squeeze the guys in the field. So all departments there is, you know, work that we need to be done.
Padma Shri awardee and renowned sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik has unveiled a spectacular sand sculpture in East India's Puri beach, combining the festive spirit of Durga Puja with the excitement surrounding the upcoming Asia Cup 2025 final. The 6-foot-tall sculpture features a powerful depiction of Ma Durga blessing the Indian cricket team, a visual tribute to national unity, cultural pride and sporting spirit. The captivating installation carries the uplifting message, Ma Durga's blessings, good luck Team India. The Government of India is organizing the Viksit Bharat Run 2025 across more than 150 locations spanning 91 countries. The first of its kind initiative themed Run to Serve the Nation seeks to bring together Indians living abroad, local communities, students and professionals to reaffirm their commitment to India's vision of a Viksit Bharat or developed India by 2047. In Sri Lanka, the Viksit Bharat Run was held at Gal Face Green in Colombo, drawing enthusiastic participation from the Indian diaspora and Sri Lankan citizens. The event was organized by the High Commission of India in partnership with the Indian Cultural Association. The High Commissioner of India, Santosh Jha, administered Viksit Bharat pledge to everyone. The 5-kilometer run was part of Seva Pakhwada, a fortnight dedicated to service and community engagement. Participants celebrated the strong bonds between India and Sri Lanka. The event ended with cultural performances of Indian music and dance, highlighting shared traditions and unity. More than 500 runners and volunteers gathered at Dubai's Kite Beach for the Viksit Bharat Run. On the occasion, the Consul General of India in Dubai and chief guest at the 5-kilometer community run, Satish Savan, administered the Viksit Bharat pledge to participants. He stated that for a Viksit Bharat, participation of Indian foreign nationals is very, very important.
Viksit Bharat is not going to be possible unless our Pravasi Bharatiya contribute in spirit and in kind. And today's participation by all our brothers and sisters in Dubai and all the Emirates very clearly demonstrates the spirit and the love that our brothers in UAE have for our motherland. And I also take this opportunity to thank the rulers of this country for making such an event possible.
Very excited to hear this Viksit Bharat Run. Every day I come here for walk at Kite Beach, but this is a very excited moment, and to see so much of a crowd which are being part of this run.
The High Commission of India in Pretoria, South Africa too hosted the Viksit Bharat Run 2025. The run highlights the role of fitness and physical well-being in India's journey towards becoming a developed nation by 2047. DD India's Nazneen Lasmail has filed this report. Have a look.
Pretoria came alive as members of the Indian community, South Africans and Friends of India came together for the Viksit Bharat Run. The event is part of Seva Pakhwada, a fortnight of service observed every year from 17 September to the 2nd October, connecting the birth anniversaries of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mahatma Gandhi. The fortnight focuses on health, community participation and social responsibility. How did you enjoy our Viksit Bharat Run today?
Excellent. So I completed the 5 kilometers and I see people are still completing. So good for me. But it's an excellent concept that we have started for a developed India. And this year we celebrated the 75th birthday of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, on 17th September. And this is a 15 days, a fortnight long observation of Seva, service to the nation, and which will continue from 17th September to 2nd October, which is Gandhi Jayanti, birthday of Mahatma Gandhi. So, and probably this will be done every year, and I'm happy that this will instill a sense of commitment in the diaspora and the commitment that the country of India has with the diaspora. So many have joined. I think more than 200 people have joined today in this run, and we will do it every year. And there will be other activities as well. We are thinking of planting of trees, Ek Peड़ Maa Ke Naam, and also going to schools to promote the idea of Viksit India, the developed India, which we want India to be by 2047. Thank you.
In Pretoria, that spirit was channeled into promoting health and physical well-being, recognized as a vital step towards building a stronger, more resilient nation.
It is a very great thing and it's a great awareness for this park run, and I'm a regular park runner, and I really appreciate the Indian High Commission for taking a part and encouraging all the people of Lodium and all.
Yeah, all people should be healthy and take care of their health also. This is a good event. I think every year this event should be done.
For DD India, South Africa, from the heart of Pretoria, I'm Nazneen at the Viksit Bharat Run, where every step today counts as a step for a brighter tomorrow.
And we get you visuals of the nationwide fitness campaign run by the Sports Ministry. Hundreds of fitness enthusiasts rode bicycles in New Delhi to spread the message of active lifestyle and better health. The campaign encourages citizens to incorporate cycling into their daily lives as a simple yet effective way to stay healthy and reduce the ill effects of obesity. That's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.